Hi guys, these are the questions asking in the intros regarding exception handling. Actually, first question it is like a final keyword in Java, and after the finalize method, how it is used in Java, throws and difference between throw and throws. Can we rethrow exception in Java? How can we avoid NEP, NPE, null pointer exception? Difference between checked and unchecked exception. How do we handle an interrupted exception? Does finally always execute in Java? In what scenarios does finally block will not execute? See, this is one type of scenario question. And what exactly happens when JVM? This is also one type of real-time scenario questions. Yeah, what Java errors have faced? Already this question is seen in before core Java, in the core Java only. Coming to first question, final keyword. Final keyword in Java. Final keyword is actually actually it is used to define constants to prevent. Actually, a final keyword is nothing but a constants to prevent inheritance and a method overriding these things. And in the final, there will be final variables, final methods, and final class. When the final keyword is initialized, then automatically no overriding or no inheritance from parent to child like that. Yeah, that's it from the question. That's it from the answer. And then what is the finalized method? Most probably finalized method we can able to use in garbage collection. Finalized method is the method of object class which is invoked by the garbage collection once the object has no remaining references. It is defined in the object class. It can be overridden to perform clean. It can be overridden to perform cleanup operations. It is used for releasing resource or closing the connections before object destruction. Actually, what's the purpose of finalized method? Actually, the finalized method is used to clean up the resource like closing files or connections before an object is removed from the memory. When is finalized method called? The finalized method is invoked by a garbage collector or right before an object is deleted from the memory, but its call is not guaranteed. Yeah, that's it. That's it from the answer. Difference between throw and throws keyword. Actually, both are used for exception handling. Actually, throw is actually used to throw an exception, but throw indicates that a method might throw an exception, and it must be declared in the method signature. Okay. The first difference it is like it is thrown in directly. We can throw an exception by using throw keyword, and after using throws keyword, we can able to declare an exception in method signature in throws keyword. While coming to what's the purpose of throw keyword? Actually, it is used to throw an exception like error messages like that. But what's the purpose of throws keyword? The throws keyword that might throw an exception. It must be declared in the method signature. Actually, the placement of code for the throws is within the method body, but for the throws keyword within the method signature. While coming to exception handling, it immediately terminates the current method. It requires the call to handle or declare the method to exception in throws keyword. Actually, what number of exceptions will be occurred in throws? At least one exception at a time. Can here in throws can declare multiple exceptions separated by commas. Yeah, this is the answer regarding throw and throws keyword. The fourth question: can we rethrow exceptions in Java? Actually, rethrowing an exception in Java involves catching an exception in one part of the code and then rethrowing the same exception or a different one again. This pattern is often used to handle exceptions at a specific level of the program and used to propagate them to higher levels or handle them differently. Now, why rethrow exception? Like, okay, we can While coming to retro exceptions, it shows like unnecessary redundancy in exception handling when we are using rethrowing, but it is aimed for clear and informative error messages to facilitate debugging. Mostly it is useful for debugging purpose. How can we avoid null pointer exception? The fifth question. To avoid null pointer exception, first of all, we need to initialize variables and later use optionals in Java 8 from the Java 8. We need to check null checks and use default values and use annotations, constructor checks, avoid returning null, and sometimes we can able to use try catch blocks. These are the points we can able to use. And I'm repeating again. How can we avoid null pointer exception? Here are the some of the strategies to avoid null pointer exception. First thing, it is like to initialize variables, use optionals, null checks, use default values, use annotations, constructor checks, avoid returning null, use try catch block. Difference between checked and unchecked exception. Actually, while coming to checked exceptions, these are checked at compile time. The compiler ensures that the developer handles these exceptions using a try catch block or declares them in a method signature using the throws keyword. We must handle checked exceptions by using a try catch block or declaring them in a method signature using throws keyword. For this checked exceptions, there will be some of the examples like IO exception, SQL exception, class not found exception. While coming to unchecked exceptions, these are not coming up with, these are not checked at compile time. A compiler do not force the programmer to handle these exceptions completely. Mm, Using unchecked exceptions for programmers errors or issues that the caller cannot be removed from, like example null pointer exception, array index out of bounds, arithmetic exception. For this, seventh question, like how do we handle interrupt exception? Actually, interrupt exception is an checked exception in Java. Actually, interrupt exception is thrown when a thread is waiting or sleeping, and another thread interrupts is using the interrupt methods in class thread. So if we catch this exception, it means the thread has been interrupted. Actually, how do we handle interrupted exception? There are two options, like rethrow the exception or restore the interrupt status or terminate the operation. These three will be followed to handle interrupted exception. I'm repeating again. Uh, like how do you handle interrupt exception? The interrupt exception is checked exception in Java. Actually, when can interrupt exception is thrown? Rethrow the sorry, how to handle the interrupt exception? It will rethrow the exception and restore the interrupt status, terminate the operation. So then only we can able to use the interrupt exception. Thus finally always execute in Java. Yes, finally always execute in Java. It's just a one-line answer. In what scenarios does finally block will not execute? When we write system.exist in the code, it won't be run in finally. But when the thread is interrupted, forcibly stopped, then also finally will not work. When the JVM crashes or is forcibly terminated, or infinite loop or infinite recursion in the try block, it won't be work finally. I'm repeating again. There are 4 points, like system.exist is when the system.exist is called, it won't work after the thread is interrupted or forcibly stopped. JVM crashes or is forcibly terminated. Infinite loop or infinite recursion in the try block. What exactly happens when JVM throws NPE is thrown? There are certain points in this question actually, like First thing, JVM runs code and finds a null reference JVM, and then JVM creates a null pointer exception, and then stack trace is recorded. JVM searches for a catch block. If no catch, JVM moves up. Error reaches main method. JVM prints the error and stops it. What Java errors have you faced? Errors during development. Before question, I did not say clarity about this question. Now I will say about Java errors like null pointer exception, class not found exception, no class definition found error, stack overflow error, array index out of bound exception, arithmetic exception, concurrent modification exception, number format exception, illegal argument exception, out of memory error means Java heap space. Example, illegal state exception, class cast exception, file not found exception, unsupported exception, unsupported operation exception, interpreted exception. These are the exceptions when we are working on the development. These all are errors will come when we are facing errors. Yeah, that's it from the exceptions. We can able to go for next strings. Next session I can able to go for strings. After strings I can go for loops, as well as after loops I can go for collections. After completing collections, and we can go for Java 8. After completing Java 8 we can go for all features in the Java, like 24, 21, 17, Java 9, Java 11. What are the features, updated features in the market, like that we can able to visualize, we can able to see what features right now working in more people, like on what basis. After this completing, we can able to go for advanced Java. That's it from this session. Please subscribe the channel.